Okay, so we have seen the conditions. So is it equal to or like such conditions? So there was a one very important syntax, if and else syntax. So some says, like some of the people say that if you can write if and else functions in any programming language, you can create anything you want. If and else is how you decide something, how you are choosing between two or three or more than two situations. So we will be showing you. I will be showing you the how to go with the decision. Before that, yeah, let's go with that. No, in the
The shared one is
in the share, right?
wait.
Screen two, I think, share. All this works. Okay. So before if else, so let's go with the functions. So as print or type that we just solved just a little bit. So these are built-in functions that are written by the Python developers or like some people that are developing functions for the Python. And then there is another one which is called user-defined functions, which we will be defining or we creating our functions, our own functions. So let's say that you want something that needs to be add, multiply, or like a bunch of the other arithmetic operators at the same time. So instead of like writing them one by one in each line, you just create a one function and just call the function to just deal with that situation. By the way, again, it is like very easy. It becomes like an easy to do something in your programming, or again, you can use like functioning functions to make it like easy to understand. If you are just going with all of the code in every time, you will say that there are lots of complexity. Just give you function in a function. By the way, it will be like easy to solve the situations. Let's take a look to some of the important built-in functions. Some important built-in functions. So print. Print is the thing that we have just used for debugging. So if you'd like to see some outputs in the console, you need to use print. Use the output of the console. Len. It comes from length. Returns the length number of items of an object. So let's say that you have a list or array, 5, 3, 0, something like that. And depending on the numbers, it just gives you the amount of numbers you have in that list. It's called len. Or do you remember that I have told that string is a set of characters? So let's say that Marin is a set, it's a list. So if I go to the len Marin, it tries to give me the amount of characters inside the Marin. Right. Reduced type of energy, which we have seen integer for everything. We just like made a trial. So again, integer, float, string. These are the functions to convert a data to another, like a data that try to like merge the apples and pears. Input. So this one is we will be using for this one. Input allows user input from the console, where you will be writing something in the console to use the inputs later on. So these are built-in functions and user-defined functions. This is one of the functions that I have just made, and I just called my function. So this is the syntax. So only this place is the function definition. So def becomes like from the define, def space your function name. It should be unique again, just like the variable. I give like my function. You can give inputs that function, or again, you can just print anything or do something without any parameters. So let's say that this function has two inputs and multiplies them. Input one, input two in the brackets, in the parentheses, and colon here. So in colon, if you like add a colon, when you press enter, you understand that it goes with a tab. So in the syntax, it's important. So in some of the functions like if else or while loops, this kind of stuff. So you will see that there will be a tab of space. It means that the line in here, one tab, is inside this one. We will just see with you like while we are programming ourselves. So I just made like a trial. So A is 3, B is 4, and C is equals to my function A and B. You see input 1 is A, input 2 is B, and it will return A times B. And the C is 12. Okay. Now there is a first task of yours. So the objective is to define a new function that adds 2 inputs and prints the output. Function should include the print. So I don't want to use print outside the function or the coding. So let's start with that. So what should we like do, or like what we were going to start with? So I can just open this one. That should be printing inside the function. Instead of multiplication, there should be like a summation. I'd like to take a look like this. Wondering else. Yes. So the printing should be inside the function. So just try to like copy the sites instead of multiplication. Can use summation, but it shouldn't return something. It should print. That's nice. No semicolons.
Ah, no semicolon.
Okay. Nothing.
So can I check yours as well? Yes, please.
Yes, right now this is multiplication. We need addition.
Okay.
Wait, just a second. And yes, that is. Does it work, by the way?
Yes, it worked.
Yes.
Take a sleep one.
So every time it's
Yeah, the chart, by the chart. And only one.
what if you do like flows for them?
By one, birds and.
But they just combines them, right? So you can just go into combine, or I think this is false. Or it's false. Or one will be false or individually. Yeah. Okay. You have defined a function that will like function sum. So also like again, it's not a syntax or like any rule, but you know, like instead of giving spaces, the programmers are using some common ways. So let's say that I would like to add some name that is like has two words. Let's say that function summation. So instead of giving a space, I can either go with an underscore sum, or instead of that, just increase the first letter of that. Then, yeah, either way, they understand that it's a function sum. So let's say number 1 and number 2, just one column, and let's say that this also give like something different. So I went num3 here, which will be num1 plus num2. And when I entered again, it just goes automatically to the one tab left. So I can return the num3, or again, I can just copy this past here. It doesn't change, they are the same. And I can also go with a print here, which will be printing num3 when I call the function. But yeah, you have to call the function sum. And let's say that I want to give 7 with 5, or let's go -5. Let's see what will be the output. Yeah, it just gives 2. Or you can just go as like you can also add the print here as well. It again prints. This is like how you just like create your own functions. So it was just like like this is the first, but there will be more functions will be coming later. Okay, it was the first task. Okay, now there is another task. So the task will be you need to use input and print functions to prompt the user to enter their name. So let's say that you will be, so this is the structure of inputs. So you will have a variable, and in this variable, if you use input function and let's say write something there, the console will say enter your name, and that will be like it will wait. The system will wait you to prompt something to the console, and when you press enter, it operates. So yeah, this is the task 2. So you will be making a function. When the function called, the system will ask for an input for the name and says a greeting message like "Hello, Evren." So can you do it? I can show you again the code for defining function. So I'll just show you how to use inputs. Say my name equals to input, and I should open the string double typos to give write your name. Since we are not dealing with the function, let's comment it out. and it asks, write your name. So I can write here, like Evren, and if I say enter, so it can work. So my name has the Evren is assigned to my name. Quality check. And also it's open the object. If that's all you need, then add greetings or hello before it. Right inside the columns, sorry, the columns, if you just consider there's a name, because there's like cases with the name. So if you take it out, just take the name out. Go to the right. Loss. You remember the law that you were doing with you would like to add two strings like 1256, but giving 1256. So this is how you do it. Yeah, it has for your name. So it's okay. So because I didn't show you how to like write the name of the same creation. Yeah. So because do you remember? So when you are trying to sum two numbers which are considered as char, like two codes, 12 plus two codes, 56. What it gives? It doesn't give like a 68. Instead of that, it gives 1200 something because it just combined that. So this is the same mechanic that will be used. So can I stay with Gursel? Yes. Yes, it should be working right now. So does it work? Yeah, it works. Yes. Yeah. So let's do it together. So we need to define a new function here. Let's say function greetings. So it doesn't need to get a info inside. So we can either go with inside or no. So since I am not going to give any parameter input, I'll just empty it. So firstly, we would like to define the name as an input from the user, which is write your name. And then it should print, again with double quotes, hello, then with a comma or with a plus, you will add name one. Now, if we go with a function greetings with this one, so if it's a function, we don't like forget the parentheses. So let's try. So we are not dealing with that. It says write your name. I'll put input as an Evren. And it gave me hello Evren without any spaces. So if I add a space here, now it should work properly. Or I can also add something like additional things here. just like that. You see? So is there any questions in here? So I didn't show you like in the first, like how to like combine two things, but what we have seen before. So while trying to sum two charts together, even if they are numbers as a look, it just like combine them. So while summing two strings, it just combines the whole of the charts together. Which is name one is our name is a string, hello is a string, and it when the summation of two strings, it just gives a string. Is it okay?
I have a question.
Yes, go.
I think the first task and second task are a bit different. I mean, the first task we have return,
Yes,
but the second one
we don't.
return.
So what is the difference between return? Good question. So let's say that we have a function that we would like to use that function inside of something. So we have given like a equals to something, let's say 5, and b equals to 7, and I want something about c. C will be equal to function sum a and b. Now there won't be a printing, but c will be inside a return. But if I give a return without, if I try to go with c in here without a return, it doesn't gives anything to the c. So maybe we can try that. So let's say that I don't want a return. So let's say that we have made num3 and print it, and we don't have a return. We can still write the function, and it should print, but it shouldn't give anything to the C. So nothing here. Function sum, yeah. So let's start.
You have to activate
Sorry, from here, right?
and activate the function, the command.
Yeah, it's activated, sir. So I'm just like right now working with that to see like without return and with return. So right now it just shows 12, which is 5 plus 7. But yeah, that's it. I don't think that there is a C right now. So if I try to print C, let's see what the print will be. It gives none because nothing inside the C. Yeah, it shows the C like from here the print because of the function sum, but in the print C, since there is nothing, we didn't return anything, it is empty.
If you don't put return, no value coming out of that function.
Yes. Because of in this function, we just need the print to show console and also just an input from the console. So by that way, we don't need to use a return because we are not returning anything from the function. This is why we didn't use return.
One more question.
Yes.
That's all. Yeah, that.
Function. This is to call the function. Function greetings. So if I would like to call the function, I should call it by name and also the parentheses. By that way, so the system will write 26, 27 and comes until here. It doesn't see this one, and it will just go to the 41. It sees function greetings. Okay, this is a function. Let's find the function greetings. It just scans and sees, okay, there is a function greeting. What should I do? I should find the name. Write your name. I should print this one. Okay, then there is no return. So let's go back to the 42. This is what it does. When it comes to the 41, it goes line by line. It tries to find the function greetings and do what are the things that has to be done in the function, and we continue with the 42.
Well, why we want to use the print?
So we can also print. So if I would like to put like you're saying this one, right? So let's try it. I have no idea what will be happen. So it should print by printing. Yeah, it just prints again. Function greetings. None. Yeah, so basically this is how what is defining functions does. It goes to the specific line and tries to redo the things that is written in the function. Okay. Now I will be just giving you the if-else syntax, which is one of the most important aspects of any other programming language. All programming language which is known right now has an if and an else condition. Because most of the times you will have two conditions. Let's say that if 5 bigger than 2, do something. If otherwise, do something. This is the only way to show a programming, to the code to do something. So let's give an example. So in calculators, it will ask you for an operator, right? So if I would like to make a summation, I should press the sum. If the otherwise I would like to make a division, I should press the division. So if you have like a if again, like a if else situation, so the condition one. So let's say that the condition one is if summation pressed. If summation is pressed, it will just sum the A and B. By the way, this is like one decision. In the condition two, we can go with like other elements as well. So this is the important case here. So in the if conditions, conditions should be always Boolean, true or false. If it is true, it will go that. If it is false, the other one. If the condition one, condition two, and condition three are false, it will go to the else because there is no other option. If there is no else, it just do nothing. This is also another information. You don't need to put else every time. So let's say that we ask the user to give us a sign, which is plus, minus, multiplication, or division. If the multiplication is written and it is a condition one, we will be executing a plus b. If it is minus, a minus b. If it is like a division, a divide by b. And else, what is the other possibility? Let's say he give like or she give invalid comment, which is, let's say he just pressed something wrong, and now we can use as a like a invalid operation. Do it again, something like that. So this is how we are going to do with an how we are going to make a calculator. So before that, actually we can just start with the complete because like we have already done the definition. I had also like another task, which is for changing from Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit, depending on the inputs. But since you have already give the input and I think there is a floating number, try it. So you can do it by yourself. So again, this is something that I give in the Pareto Celsius. But what I want you to do is to start with our exercise. It will be a simple calculator. So the objective. So you are going to use various arithmetic operations. 4 is enough, like 4 operations: addition, division, subtraction, and multiplication is okay. Write a simple calculator that perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Use input to get the operation and numbers from the user. So, since we didn't go with the if-else test, I will just show you how to get the information from user and see what is going on. By the way, you will be like designing your own calculators depending on just your own specific thoughts. It doesn't has to be like in a way. It just needs to be calculator. You will have 2 inputs. We are going to give 2 inputs. numbers, two numbers, and the other one will be the arithmetic operator. So I'll just show you how to use like if else for an operator. So let's go to here. Using like functions or not using functions is again in your point. Again, to like repeating myself, the coding calculator is something as a milestone that you have got the basics, how the syntax work, how the if else works, and variables works. Basically, with just an application, you are applying most of the things that you have to know for any the application. Okay, we want an input. So let's say that give type plus minus multiplication and division. Let's make the division like that. And it will be our operation. Let's say the operation one. Operation will be equals to type this one. If operation is equal to, which is 2, so plus colon A plus B. Print A plus B. Elif operation is equal to minus. Again, don't forget the double quotes. Right now it says there's a problem. What's going on? Because it should be like that. Double column again. If the operation is minus, print A minus B. And else, just double look here, go and print invalid, not valid. So this is just the system that has to be like the main system of the operation. But in your calculators, you should also ask for two numbers that has to become. There should be more if situations which will be asking for division and multiplication as well, which again will be printing them and having if you want like else as a not valid option. So let me just check what is going on. So the numbers should be user defined. So you are going to get the numbers from input. So like A plus B will be something that the user can give, like the A's and B. So basically, there will be two other inputs for A and for B. Oh, that'd be nice. So operation input, this is correct. And you should also get two numbers. Instead of A, B, just go to A. Instead of C, this put input. Yeah, delete the 6. Input, yeah. Now write something that give me the first number, something like that. You.
I still try to understand.
Okay, so I'll just also showing you as well.
Sorry?
Yeah, on one of the inputs, yes.
Really? So I will instead three inputs here, and one the other is useful. Three here, okay. Three here, the second word for here. One is
Yes, sir. This is actually nothing here on the inputs.
Oh, that's right.
After that, the first number. So because the first number is set input.
Okay.
The top part. The last one. So the int will be getting all of them set. Yes. Good. Yes. Good. So let's go with like a little bit together as well. So we need two numbers, right? Number one, it should be an input. Like let's have an input like number one, and there will be number two as well. Input type number two. Then operation. If the operation is plus, it should go with number one and number two summation. It should subtract number one and number two if it's summation. So let's have one more elif. Elif operation is equal to let's say multiplication. The last one. What is the one left? Division. Number one divided by number two. Okay, so we are not dealing with. Let's comment them out. Okay, this is more or less what you should be seeing. So, like, is there any problem in here? Like, could you just catch the structure here, or like, could you just write some of it? How was it?
Right. The answer is displayed as a string. The input.
Yes, this is one of the mistakes that you will be facing. So, as we have talked before, so the user input can be either your name or like anything, which is again, it is easy to have it as a string. So, by that way, all the input functions, outputs are string. So, what we should be doing? So, if we are dealing with integers, we can go with integer. But since we are having like a calculator, let's go with float. I'll just add a float outside the input, or int would work as well, integer. So what it does, it will ask a user to give me your number two, and I'll give, let's say, 7, but this is a string. Then it changes to the float, 7.0. Then it will do the operations. Let's try. I start with F5. Type number one. Number one will be 45.6. So I didn't give like a space because my number one 145. Type number two. It's like 12.5. It asks for the operation, so I will be writing a plus. I just want them to be added together, and it gives me the output. And is it correct? Yes. So for making them better, so we can just add like this one. By the way, we'll just ask with a space, type number one. So we can either go with a function or like I can also show you how to change this one as a function. Because you see, it always asks for once. So in any case, you don't use like a calculator once. You'll be always like typing every time. So we need a loop, correct? By the way, like before moving to the loops, because like the time will be 5. So basically, like our exercise is finished. So I was just saying that there is also like a loops. If you would like your calculator to operate repeatedly, there are some term called loops. So let me take a look. Yes, I think I will be like giving the information about loops tomorrow. Yeah, because it is the last one. So yeah, firstly, do you have any questions about the like calculator thing that we have done just right now? Until here, or like any kind of question? It's okay. So, by the way, again, like to understand, since again it's a 5 p.m., which is the last minutes of the day, is there any problem while creating this? Because if you couldn't, it is again totally normal. We are just in 2 hours trying to learn Python, which is like quite impossible. But just to like understanding how Python works, it should be like a good one. Because tomorrow and the other day we will be like giving more attention to some GUI based systems. So, like, how was the operation? Like, how was the concept of making calculators? So you did it research. Perfect.
Was
So
difficult, but it was
yes.
practical, and I'm expecting tomorrow.
Okay. More practical is better, you say, right?
Yeah.
More practical, more tasks. Okay, I will prepare like better task for tomorrow.